Here are some fields of study that our cluster is going to be talking to you about today: child development, criminal justice, fire service administration, homeland security and emergency management, kinesiology, paralegal, police academy, and teaching. Is it for you? Do you feel a calling to teach or work with children? Child development or teacher education might be for you. Could you be interested in a career in fitness, athletic training, coaching, or physical therapy? Kinesiology is a degree to fit your needs. Are you compelled to protect and serve? How about fire service administration, homeland security, and emergency management? Or police academy is waiting. Are you passionate about a career in the legal field? Paralegal is a good start. Here are some benefits of public service. Does a service career appeal to you? Do you want to be a proactive and give back to your community? Do you want to make a significant difference in the real world? Here's some information about the paralegal at CTC. And we have someone from that department that's going to talk to you about that. But for definition, it is a professional who by training and experience is qualified to perform legal functions under the direction and supervision of an attorney, court, or military command. CTC's paralegal legal assistant programs equip students to gain employment in federal, state, military, and private sector law departments, even to go on to law school. The bottom line for the monetarily for paralegal is 48,921 annually. The market growth rate average is between 5 and 8%. You can also become a lawyer with further study. A market growth rate is, we talked about that already. Potential earnings is about 114,907 annually for a lawyer, and their market growth rate is between 5 and 8%. Okay, it looks like we're going to watch a video to learn more about paralegal.
Maria, we're not going to be able to see it
Okay.
unless you start sharing that video.
Well, the video is, let's see, I'm going to share. Let me get it up first in YouTube. So it has an abundance in here, and I don't know which one we use.
So maybe skip it for now.
Okay. So I'm going to come back here. Information is up on your screen. Contacting Dr. Gene Silverblot and his email, and the office number of 254-526-1789. Okay, this is me. Why choose teaching at Central Texas College? The teaching program is ideal for those students wishing to become a teacher in a public school setting. Students will complete their first 2 years here at Central Texas College, and then you will continue on a 4-year institution to complete your studies and become certified as a teacher. Here's some basic information on the monies that a teacher can receive. In Killeen Independent School District, right now it is at 57,000, which is a huge jump from 3 years ago. There is additional pay for select teacher assignments such as bilingual classroom and special education self-contained classroom. You can receive up to 7,500, and then in a classroom is 5,000. Additional pay for selected teacher assignments. You can also receive additional pay if you're teaching in the high school because there is a shortage in their math Physics and chemistry classroom. So you can receive up to $3,120 extra to do those subjects. Career and technical education teacher will receive a stipend of $1,300 for those. Here's another video. Let's see if this one will come up. Oh, I found it. All right.
So we're not going to be able to see the video unless you share it.
Okay, I'm going to share.
So you need to stop sharing this
Okay.
and share the video. Make sure you include audio.
Well, I hear it on my side. So share.
Yeah, but make sure that you share it. When you hit share, there's a button that says with computer audio.
Okay. Well, it's sharing on my end, but you're not seeing it.
Correct.
Okay. Well, maybe we're not going to share it. So I'm going to close that and stop sharing.
While you're doing that, I want to send out a shout out to Shorty Grandma. Gosh, I'm trying to remember what your name was. Heidi? Heidi? I don't know if I got that right, but she's sending out a shout out to you, Miss Charlotte. So I don't know if you know who that is, Charlotte, but somebody's sending you shout outs in Facebook.
Don't.
I think her name is Heidi. She is an avid, she follows us on all the, well, on the last few things that we've been doing live, she's been following us. So that's why we
Oh, wow.
appreciate you, Heidi.
Oh, hey, Heidi.
It is Heidi. It is Heidi. I got it. I got it right. I remembered.
Super.
Oh, you meant me. Oh, hey. Oh, she was talking about
Hey,
me.
Heidi. Whoop, whoop.
All right, so we didn't get to do the video. We're just going to truck on. Here's the information for me, your contact for teaching. Here's my email and my office number. All right, John.
Hey, you're muted, sir.
All right, am I unmuted?
Yes, now we can hear you.
All right, I removed the slide I thought from the program, but it's still here. So we no longer have a fire service administration program here at the college. It was part of the protective services department. My department currently has degrees in corrections, criminal justice, and we have the police academy, and I will cover those at the end of this presentation so we can move on from that.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry, John. All right, that's me. If you're interested in a career in fitness, athletic training, coaching, physical therapy, occupational therapy, cardio rehab, athletic training, personal training, then Associate in Science and Kinesiology will help get you started on that journey. For most of those careers, aside from personal fitness trainer, you will need to continue on with your studying following your work at CTC. Let's see, let's move on to the next one. Here are some salaries that you could earn for those areas. Personal fitness trainer can potentially earn up to 40,000. It depends on, you know, if you work for a company or if you work for yourself and how that all plays out. It could be more. Athletic trainer is almost 50,000. PE teacher is going to be about 62, 63. And then exercise physiology is 50. And the coaching potential earnings here is 36,000. But in Texas, at least I know that you have to be, if you're going to coach in the public schools, you also have to be a certified teacher. So that number will actually be closer to the, you know, 62 around the physical education teacher salary, because you will get stipends for coaching at the public school level. Okay, we had a cool video that would show our facilities, which we have a pool, we have a weight room, we have a gymnasium. All of those are available to you if you have an ID card, as long as there's not classes going on. I just lost my. And then we also have activity classes that you can take for credit, so that you can, you know, continue to be fit and as part of our degree plan. I lost my, oh, there we are. Okay. Sorry. I guess I removed, oh, there it is. My contact information was up at the top. My email is marilyn.maves@ctcd.edu. And our phone number here is 254-526-1495 or 1231. Hopefully we'll see you up here.
Thank you, Marilyn.
Okay, Ray's not going to be here today. And he's got the Homeland Security and Emergency Management System. So the challenges of preparedness, mitigation, response and recovery from disasters and threats to our national security are endless. Upon completion of the Homeland Security and Emergency Management Program, students will be well-rounded and educated assets to any organization they serve. Okay, and some of the potential earnings are on this slide right here. If you're going to be a director, you can make upwards of close to $85,000. Police officer or firefighters are around 67. And then first responders around 72. I would say most of these require further study with a bachelor's or through a certified program. Dr. Stevens' information is on this slide right here if you're interested in getting into the Homeland Security and Emergency Management system. Back to you, Maria.
Okay, so child development. Child development professionals impact children's lives forever. Few career fields offer so many job opportunities in such a variety of settings. This profession requires patience, good judgment, strength of character, confidence, compassion, a sense of humor, and commitment and maturity. Our students have unique and diverse opportunities to apply what they learn in our CTC Child Development Center lab school. This morning I was outside with the children, checking in to see how things were going. We had a therapist out there. We also had 2 men, which is uncommon for our career. So it was really nice to see 2 men on our playground. We also had 6 children out there and 6 adults. And so it was a one-on-one. And so it's really fun to see the adults interacting with the children during their play. So always something fun going on at the Child Development Center. So monetarily for child development, jobs here in the Killeen area, as far as Indeed, had showed some numbers in September. The average child director salary in Texas ranged from $36,000 to $46,000. And that's actually a picture of our children here at the lab school playing their instruments. Again, there is no video, but you can contact me again for child development. Maria Lewis, mtlewis@ctcd.edu. My phone number here in the office is 526-1421.
You're up, John.
I'm up, but I couldn't get the computer to unmute, but there we go. All right. My department, as I said before, is criminal justice. My name is John Cella. I'm the department chairman here. We also have a police academy, and there'll be a contact information slide here at the end of my presentation. The director of the police academy is named Cliff Osborne, and I'll have a contact number for him there shortly. Why would you want to work in criminal justice? Who wants to work in criminal justice? There are lots of different fields. We have different degree plans here. A few of those law enforcement, which is through the police academy. Corrections, if you want to work in the state or county level corrections, probation officers, parole officers, those all come under the field of criminal justice. Pay has increased considerably over the last 20 or 25 years. Median annual income for a probation officer between $41,000 and $64,000. The average is around $52,000. Correctional officers between $44,000 and $60,000, with $52,000 being the average. My contact information there is john.cella@ctcd.edu. My personal number is 526-1608. We also have a office number, 526-1275, that you can call at any time to get more information. And the police academy, for those of you that are interested in going to the police academy to become a police officer, it is open to the public. There are several ways you can get to attend the police academy. One, you can be a sponsored cadet. That is, you get hired by an agency and then they will send you to the police academy. Or you can come in off the street, pay the tuition, complete the academy, and then go out and seek employment after you have completed the training. The advantage to being sponsored is that the sponsoring agency will pay your tuition here. We'll provide you all the equipment that you'll need. And if you come here as a non-sponsored cadet, you will have to pay for that stuff out of pocket. And you will have to also buy certain equipment to have so you can complete the academy. The academy is roughly 6 months long. We do have 4 academies per year. We have 3 in the daytime, 3 full-time academies. We have 1 in the evening and weekends. The night academy is double the length of the average daytime academy. So you go here for 1 complete calendar year, January through December. You would come part-time as opposed to coming here full-time in the day academies. Police wages have gone up tremendously since I was a police officer. The average in Texas is $67,000. That was in 2023. Detectives earn around $60,000 to $98,000 with an average salary of $78,500. Again, that's a 2023 stat. That's pretty current. Back in the old days when I was a police officer, I made $956 a month, but that was 50 years ago.
Jeez.
So there's a lot of potential there to make a good living now in law enforcement. There's also a lot of job openings. I think I read yesterday, job opportunities were at about 50%. That means about 50% of the positions that we have available are filled. A lot of opportunity. You can work at a state level, like DPS. You can work at the federal level, like FBI, DEA, ATF. You can work at a municipal level, like the city of Killeen, city of Copper Cove, or you can work at the county level. And here in Texas, we have 254 counties, so there's lots of opportunity. It's up to you what level you want to work at, and each one will be a little bit different. This second stat there says the job outlook for the next decade is expected to rise 5%. I'm telling you right now, there are plenty of jobs out there at whatever level you want to be employed at. So if you have an interest in criminal justice, come to the academy. The contact information there for Cliff Osborne, the director, Clifton Osborne at ctcd.edu. His phone number is 526-1507. Again, you can call the 526-1275 number. That's the office staff. And come by Building 541 here on campus if you want to take a tour of the academy, if you would like to see what we do here. We also have a video, and I wish we could show that because we have the most interesting video of all that we have. It might be better that you not watch that. You might not want to come to the police academy. We do interesting things. They get pepper sprayed, go to the range, drive at high rates of speed, hopefully without crashing. We do CPR, we do first aid, we do many hours of lecture classes, lots of hands-on that makes it very interesting. So you can either call Cliff Osborne or call myself, or you can call the office staff for more information about that.
So, how are you feeling? And are there any general questions for any of us?
Right.
Do we have anybody on right
I
now?
don't see any right now coming through, but I do want to talk a little bit because all of these programs that all of you have mentioned in one way or another have to do with everyday life. This is one of these one of the areas that really you almost walk out the door of your home and you have to deal with somebody in one of these areas. This is not one of those that you're like, oh, it's I want to, but I don't. No, you have to work with individuals within these fields in one way or another every single day. Sometimes you're walking, or you're driving home to school or work or something like that. You're very likely to see a police officer. A lot of individuals that have kids have to deal with either them being in school or being in daycare. And I know, for example, I don't know if people realize this with kinesiology, a lot of the individuals that end up working towards physical therapy or needing assistance, they have to start with a lot of these kinesiology courses to be able to eventually move on to being in some of these medical fields that a lot of people don't automatically think about. And as part of CTC, I've noticed that this is probably one of the ones that people have to deal with on a daily basis. You really have to interact with individuals within these fields. This is not one of those that it's like, oh, maybe, it's so obscure, I don't have to deal with it or anything like that. You actually work with people within these fields every day. And if you're interested in working in one of these fields, you will have that opportunity. These are very high in demand jobs that we just discussed right now. As somebody with a child, I can tell you daycare, oh my God, we don't have enough daycare providers.
We don't.
Um,
We
there's
have 200. We actually have 200, according to Workforce Solutions in Killeen. We had our NACCE banquet. We have 200 facilities in our area, Central Texas area. We also have 40 of those facilities that are high quality and are NACCE accredited programs, or they have the Texas Rising Star. So our centers locally are very, like I said, they're high quality. Their teachers are educated in child development. And so you're getting exceptional care in these facilities.
But that means that they need exceptional people to be able to work in these areas. And that's where we're needing you guys to step in. Same thing with teachers. Right now, everywhere you look, I don't know, they're talking about the need for teachers, the people that are really invested in wanting to help, the next generation grow.
Mm-hmm.
I see it all the time in the news. I see it just walking around. So
our program also has the administrator's credential, which is the director of a child care facility. And then we also have teachers, not only teachers, but teachers' aides that you can become certified in, as well as before and after school programs, which is your child and youth service professional for that as well. So Lots of
These are,
people needed.
if you go to any ISD right now, I promise you that these jobs are there for the taking. They're looking desperately for them. I think the only one that they need more than the actual teachers is probably bus drivers.
Right.
Because I know they're constantly looking for bus drivers. And let's see, for me, I've seen a lot of individuals, they start here at CTC in the kinesiology program, and they do one of two things. Either really decide that they want to go into the military and they feel like kinesiology is going to really help them go that way. Or I end up seeing them going over to Texas A&M and starting, oh, I forgot what that program is called, but they have a program over there that just, it's just like an automatic.
It's exercise physiology and human performance is their program over there.
Yes.
And it leads a lot of my students now head toward physical therapy or occupational therapy. Those are the two big ones right now.
And going back to what we're talking about, that is a need, whether it be in the schools, it could be, I've seen it, individuals that just need help with mobility, just simple mobility. If you have issues with, I know I had my father-in-law was in a car accident and he needed to get back to being able to be mobile. That's something that a lot of people don't think. They're just like, oh, they're just learning. No. This can lead you to something way bigger. And the reason I'm bringing these things up is that I do not always think that people realize that what we're actually doing here takes them to a place beyond. They may have just a simple idea of what we're doing. And I think kinesiology is one of those that people are like, oh, you want to be a PE teacher. Not necessarily wrong.
Right.
You can mix both. Maryland's program and start with Maria's, and then we get you the teaching and kinesiology, and we'll get you rolling. But that's not all. And I don't know that a lot of people realize that you can do things other than physical education or coaching. Just because, I mean, it just goes beyond that.
Marcelli, I get asked quite a lot about information about the alternative certifications, and not necessarily just for your program, Marilyn, or your programs, but do you have any information on the alternative certifications? Like, can students, oh God, one student asked, can she do her basics here and then move over to the alternative certification? And I apologize if this isn't a question for you.
Are you talking about alternative teaching certification?
Yes.
Okay, they're still going to need to have a 4-year degree to move into that program. You still have to have a bachelor's before they'll let you be in the alternative certification.
Okay.
So you have to be in some form of what's the word I'm looking for? You have to have you have to be in science, math. And once you get into the high school level, you have to be more specific in your area.
Okay.
Elementary school, they cover a lot more because you do more with the kids as far as on each, but it gets more specific when you get middle school and high school. But yes, you have to have a 4-year degree first before you're going to be able to do alternative certification.
Okay.
Once you get there, though, there are some school districts who will allow you to work on that, probably especially now, while you are teaching. Like, they will allow you to teach if you are working on your certification. I mean, not your teacher certification, but your alternate certification. But you have to have a degree first.
Okay.
Maria, I accidentally turned off your video. I was trying to get you to stop sharing the PowerPoint so we can have a better conversation. So if you can
But I
turn on
tried.
your video again.
I stopped it and then it went to my.
There
we
you
go. Okay, thank you.
And can you start your video again? Because I messed up there. That was on
That's
me.
okay.
I hope you can.
Got it. I'm here.
Oh yeah. Okay. Cool. I felt bad.
Oh,
But
no, you're
yeah.
fine.
So The other thing that a lot of people don't realize, even on this campus, in our central campus, is that we have police that are actually police officers, and a lot of them actually come from the police academy. They actually go through our police academy, and then they end up being police officers on our campus and a lot of times that's how they start getting their hands-on actual experience. Um, but can you talk a little bit, Mr. Cello, about the requirements and some of the things that are very important for to be able to participate in the police academy and the qualifications? Because some police entities like Colleen have their own police academy, but we serve not so much the bigger cities. We tend to serve more of the smaller towns. Is that not so?
Yeah, that's very true. Most big cities in Texas, including Killeen, which is not a very large city, but they have chosen to have their own police academy. If you go to a big city like Austin, San Antonio, Houston, they all have their own police academies. We catered more towards the smaller municipalities and the local sheriff's departments, which tend not to have a lot of money or a lot of budget for training. So, but the good thing is that you can come to our academy. You can come, and like I said before, as a walk-in from the public, or you can be hired by a city like Copper Scope or a county like Bell County SO and get the training that is required. Now, once you have that certification, you have that license to be a peace officer, you can go anywhere that you want in the state of Texas, and you can go places outside. We do have reciprocity with surrounding states. So once you have that license and you maintain that training and education, you can go to work for the city of Killeen without going to the academy again. You can go to work in Gatesville. You can go to work in San Antonio once you have that license. If you want to go to DPS, which is the state police, you can go to our academy, work a couple of years at a local municipality or a county. You decide you want to go to DPS, then when you go to DPS, you will have to take a condensed version of the DPS Academy, which is relatively short, and then you can become a DPS trooper. Nice thing about working for the state, they have lots of money. Troopers make over $100,000 a year, as compared to the local municipalities that pay like the salaries I showed earlier. Some of the requirements, the general rule is that you have to be 21 years of age to be a police officer. That is not necessarily true. If you have military experience, if you have a associate's degree or a college degree, there's a little bit of waiver in there. But generally, we tell people 21 years of age. You do have to pass a background check, a very thorough background check. You have to pass a physical exam, medical exam. You have to pass drug screening, which is very important. You don't want, we hopefully we don't have any problems with that in our law enforcement. You have to take a polygraph in most cases, or if you can't tell the truth, you might want to go to a different career field. You also have to pass a psychological exam. Those are very interesting. For those of you who have taken one, you know what that is, the MMPI. Not only do you take the written test, but you have to be interviewed then by a doctor, a psychologist, or a psychiatrist who is going to tell you why you hate your mother or your father, and things like that. Process takes quite a bit of time. We normally have about 3 months lead time before the academy starts. If you come and apply, you have to be ready to do the work. You have to go out and you have to get fingerprinted. You have to have the background check done. You have to have all the doctor's appointments. All that takes time. If you do not make the deadline, then we will have to move you on to a future academy. And by that time, your plan might change. So it's imperative that you follow the directions and do that in a timely manner. Not everybody completes the academy. The academy is tough. It's very academic. A lot of lecture time, 760 hours. It's not like coming and taking a math class for 16 weeks and then you're done. No, this is continuous, 760 hours every day, 10 hours a day. Very time consuming, very sometimes at some point boring when you have to read the penal code of the Constitution of the United States and understand what that means. You have to read the criminal law of Texas. You have to be able to understand that. You have to understand the drug laws, which are very complicated. There's a lot of things you have to cram into what seems like a long time, 760 hours, but we fill every minute of that. So you have to be mentally and physically prepared. We do also do PT, and we do have a requirement that with a rowing machine, anybody been on the rowing machine before? Very fun, very fun. You have to pass that at the beginning and the end of the police academy. So there is a physical element to that as well. So you have to be prepared for that.
Yeah, definitely. And and one of the good things that we have is that we also have a residence hall. So even if you're not local, and we see that a lot with individuals from some of the smaller outlying areas where, you know, if it's over an hour away, it might be a little bit difficult to come in to focus and to be able to come and take your classes. We do have a residence hall where I know our police academy cadets sometimes stay, which is one of the few things that, you know, is very helpful, especially, like I said, if you're kind of far. So, all right. I don't see any other questions. Any last words of wisdoms or anything for anybody interested in your programs? Anybody? Any other presenters?
Nope, come see us.
All right. Well, thank you very much, guys. We really appreciate it. We've had a few people looking at us in and out. And I've been communicating with some people live. So thank you for the time. We will have another session coming up. The next session is going to be today at 1. And that's going to be with business and business technology. We will be having these be added to our YouTube page. So if you want to come back and kind of look at it again and refresh anything, or if you didn't take a picture or didn't write down the contact information for any of these individuals, you're welcome to look again through our YouTube once we have them up at that Central Texas College YouTube page. Thank you all. And have a
Maricela.
fabulous day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.